done for. Everyone get out.
Greetings, programs! Welcome to another voyage in FTL. It's the Captain's Edition. I said I was going to try it, and I have tried it. I've done 2 voyages in between ending the last one and starting this one. They were both on normal difficulty, which is the kind of recommended difficulty. It's where it's balanced for. I'm gonna go with easy. I'm gonna stick with easy, you guys. I'm gonna stick with easy. It was enlightening. I'm just gonna hit the random ship button, and we did the thing last time, so we will try this time. Actually, no, we did the NG last time as well. Let's just pick one from the list that I haven't done, which I think in this actual case would be the Zultan cruiser. So, I know what I'm going to do this time. I know what the theme for this particular voyage is going to be. It's going to be the HMS... Wow, I can spell. The HMS YouTubes! Because... Now, Butters? I don't even... Anyway, the captain is going to be none other than... Yeah. Wow, I can definitely spell. I'm actually recording this at about 10:30 at night, so that might explain my slightly more than usual derpiness when it comes to, you know, English. Well, if you're going to have TB, we've also got to have Jesse on board. It just wouldn't work otherwise. It's like one of those odd couple comedies, except there's somehow a third person in there as well. The third person is actually going to be a total non-gaming YouTube person. Emma Blackery. She vlogs. She's sort of quite funny. You should check her out, maybe. Yeah, I can spell. I was trying very hard not to misspell that. We start off with a new thing, an ion field. There is a whole bunch of new stuff in Captain's Edition. Some of it is around the augment system. There's a bunch of new augments. There's things called combat augments, and that's one of them. There's also a kind of pseudo trading system, which also involves the augments. You buy stuff that's like trade goods, and it goes in an augment slot, and then you go and sell it in another store somewhere. And it actually kind of partially operates on the honor system. There's no real way to implement it in the game, so the game just kind of goes like, you know, play nicely, please. Or you could abuse the hell out of it and just get free scrap. But the annoying thing with all this is you only get 3 augmentation slots still. The fact there's all this new stuff that involves aug slots and you still only get 3 of them, it's meant I've ignored a whole bunch of new stuff in the game just because there's not enough augmentation slots. Damn it. There's also a lot of new weapons. I think there's new ship layouts. There might even be new ships. I'm not sure there are new ships actually. But I'm certain there are new ship layouts. I'm certain I read that somewhere, or maybe that was just made up inside my brain. There's also little things, lots of little things, like, you know, for instance, new crew portraits. So let's hit start button. Now, in this case, it's the rebel fleet that we're actually fighting against, because this is a crew of brave, intrepid YouTubers. We're going to fight against the rebel fleet. Is actually it's in control. It's controlled by the YouTube automated content ID system match thing. That was just assemble those words in a way that makes sense. It's what you usually have to do with me anyway. But that's what we're going to fight because, you know, boo, hiss, something. I don't know. This was not a very well thought through plot. Hey, I could write films for Hollywood. Yeah, I could. Anyway. Socialize with the crew. This is a new thing. In empty systems, you can actually do something other than just, you know, twiddle your thumbs. Talking with your crew actually gives you the chance of a possibility of picking up quest markers, but a lot of the time it just doesn't do anything. There's also things you can do that involve, like, making new missiles or weapons parts, or, you know, actually... oh, I paused, that's why. It actually gives you the option of doing stuff. So, we will get this voyage underway. Oh, distress beacon. Yeah, we'll risk it. I I said I only had 2 before, but oh. Interesting. Giant spiders? No. No. Space stations, a new thing. They're basically just ships, but they're usually bigger. They can be really tough as well. But no, I'm not risking a crew member this early. But yeah, it was actually 2 and a bit playthroughs, because one of the playthroughs, in the very first jump, I had a pirate space station that just obliterated me, and that was it. That was game over. GG. Yeah. Civilian vessel detaches from a nearby station and approaches you. Do you carry any trade goods? This gives me an opportunity to attack them, but we're not going to. We're just going to ignore them. Because I am not going to be space pirates. So we'll jump there and then jump there. I think that's the plan. And I'll get at least one more sector that I can potentially actually... Oh dear. Well, I don't have enough for both my missiles and the other thing, so I don't think I can get to... The ion augment's quite useful, especially early in the game. It's a very nice thing to be able to take down one of the enemy's shields. And even later in the game... oh yes, auto fire is on. Now they've got hacking, but they've chosen to hack my... I don't even know. But if they want to, that's fine by me. Yeah, so basically their shields are permanently down. I just have to hope that mine stay up, and if I can keep their weapon system down. They only seem to have 1. Oh no, they've got 2. They can be really tough space stations just because they can pack more weapons. And later on they can have... Well, they can be as tough as like capital ships, basically. And this one's also got a clone bay. Anyway, let's just continue lasering this guy to death, and hopefully I can build up some decent scrap in this first sector and then get to a store, and maybe we'll find some of the cool new stuff. I'd say I've actually got cool new stuff already. The Bardiche it's just a basic beam weapon, but it's, you know, it's new, you guys. And the Ogre is actually an entirely different... It's a swarm missile launcher. And if I get a chance to fire it, you'll see what that actually means. It's really annoying to come up against someone who's got one. I can... Yep. Sometimes it gives you an option of sticking around a bit longer to gather more scrap from space stations, but you lose a turn, basically. And the rebel fleet gets that bit closer. Black market weapons trader. Buy some missiles for 30 scrap? No. Inquire about special tech. Buy a recon drone. That's a new kind of thing. Decoy drone. This also used to be drones. Weapon chaff launcher. Nah, I don't think we want any of that though. I really don't have enough scrap to spare right now. So we'll sort of jump down and go up and do a kind of S shape. A sideways S shape. There's probably a name for that. Small cruiser. Oh. Well, you may have... I may have stuff you need, but you've got stuff that's made out of explosions and something. I'm of the theory... I mean, the Greeks had it right, because they thought, you know, stuff was made of fire, earth, air and water, but they missed out one crucial thing in that... why would I give that? This is a thing for the Zultan now, by the way. But you can negotiate more scrap, but I'm not giving them fuel. No, we'll just laser them to death. I'm of the opinion that things are made of explosions, and that you have to get the explosions out somehow. And shut up! Shut up! It worked for the Greeks, damn it! And they were right about everything, right? I mean, just look at how well Greece is doing now, and... Oh, wait. Never mind. Anyway. Wow. My apologies to any Greek viewers. Although, actually, no, that one of the guys in SGTA, one of the instructors in SGTA, in fact, is a Greek of my acquaintance who makes jokes about it as much as anyone else. I don't know, I guess you've got to have a laugh about these things. Oh, just free stuff. Yes, plus. God, that needs a lot of power bars, though. That could be nice, though. I guess I would have to be able to see inside the enemy ships to use that effectively to see where the enemy crews are. If I go there, there, is that going to be too many, though? I think we'll actually jump there and then around. Sometimes you just have to kind of guesstimate. Yeah, no, how about I blow you out the sky instead? How about that? Does that sound like a good offer? Now, if we get a good diplomatic offer, like a good Zultan blue offer, if that makes any sense, then we'll take it this time round and we can see what that looks like. Oh, Zultan shield is holding. Ooh, now, that is actually... The diplomatic offer is like way less good than their surrender offer. Let's take that. Absolutely. No, let's not be dicks. Let's actually just, you know... So that's an extra laser weapon. That's quite nice. And if we could get a power bar to go along with that, we'll definitely go to the store next. Because I want to get to a store before I spend anything on my ship in terms of upgrades. This is what I was talking about, the kind of the trade thing. These are all goods that you can buy and then sell at other stores, and you can make a decent profit of scrap that way, but it ties up an augment slot, and honestly, if they could find a way to add another augment slot so that you've got one that's just for goods, or you just have an extra one generally, that'd be quite useful. Anyway, no, I don't want to buy drones. Drone control I could potentially buy. Crew teleporter. I've got Zultan. Zultan are not good fighters. Advanced FTL navigation. That could be really useful. Advanced cloaking field. Firewall's cloak. Defense scrambler. Prevents enemy defense zones from targeting anything. That could be incredibly useful. I don't have a lot of weapons that are firing stuff for, you know, but no, let's go for that. That is really powerful. You can basically ignore enemy defense drones. Of course, now I've got all three slots used up, and I don't need to repair, so we'll buy, say, that much fuel. Is there anything useful I can do with my ship right now? I could buy an extra bar of engines and increase my evasion. I think that's a fairly useful early on thing to do. And actually, in theory, I could have that off and have the hull laser on, and that is gonna... It's a pretty basic weapon, but ×2 damage on systemless rooms, I'll take it. And especially if I can, for the first sector or two, when it's all enemies with one shield, and I can just knock that one shield out with the ion augment. Yeah, hello, sailor, that's gonna be nice. Hello, space sailor? What would a space sailor be called? I don't know. Anyway. Spaler. I want to say a spaler. I don't know. My brain just mashes all these things together and it slips out my mouth before I can actually... Before the internal checking systems have gone, hang on a minute, that's total nonsense! It just comes out. Oh god. Okay. Small rebel ship demand the surrender of their goods. And they don't actually... Oh, no, wait, they do. Okay, right. We'll go pow, pow, pow. And then on the second one, we'll also go pow, pow, pow. And that's going to be a fairly nice... And that's going to be 2 damage per shot. And that's going to be 3 damage, because I can get it across 3 rooms. So there we go, 2 damage. There's actually an achievement if you knock out an enemy ship before your Zultan shield fails. You get an in-game achievement for that, but in this case, no. So everyone's just getting a bit more XP. Yeah, that was quite an easy one. So there we go. Augment Federation contraband. No. Basic trade goods. Yeah, no, we'll just ignore that. See, it'd be so nice if I could drop it into cargo slots or something, but they had to kind of bodge it into the augment system to get it to work. I mean, it's a nice idea, but I'm probably going to miss out on that distress signal, aren't I? I could try jumping there and back, but I'm wasting fuel by then backtracking over sectors that I've already been to. And if you've got something like that FTL augment, then that doesn't matter. Well, actually, it kind of does matter. You can only jump to sectors you've been to already, so it still matters, but it matters less. Socialise with your crew. We'll click on the second one. We can see if there's actually anything. I think it figures out what you can do based on what you've got. So, for instance, because I've got a missile launcher, but these are all dependent on augments that I don't have. Or certainly enough scrap for... No, I don't have anything for any of those. The Zultan appreciates that you follow Federation protocol, quotes, most of the time. I think, you know what we need? We need a buddy cop movie. We need... Oh god, what was the one from Mass Effect? Where it was the Elcor cop. Was it Blasto? No, it was a Hanar. It was a Hanar cop, and he had an Elcor partner, Blasto. We need Blasto and a Zultan. We need that to happen as a buddy cop movie. Yeah, I don't know. See what I mean about my brain mashing things together and then it just slips out? Yeah. Refueling station. 6 fuel for. These are fairly good deals. 6 fuel for 12 scrap. Yeah, no, we'll go with that. That's probably quite comfortably off the fuel situation. I would like to try out having a hacking module in this run through, because I've kind of neglected that in the previous playthroughs, but also just generally playing the game up till now. I've really neglected hacking, but no, I'd like to give that a go. This is a new thing as well, by the way. The actual tags for the next sectors have changed, so there are clues as to what it's going to be, but unless you actually have played through Captain's Edition, I think a good couple of times to start recognising what those clues actually tell you. So, we'll just socialise and hope that... No. Okay. Distress signal and then up and around or something. They're kind of, these two... Let's see, that's 4 and that's like 5. I think we'll go like down and through and around. We'll see how that works out. It might go horribly, but hopefully not. Right, an AI scout. So we shall pummel. I can pummel at most 2 with the Bardiche beam. Actually, we'll have. I think we'll have the hull laser on that because we don't want them mind controlling my crew members. That could be nasty, and it could also severely screw up my power situation. Oh, what's that? FTL levels around the FTL course starts to overload. Oh right, does that mean it's trying to jump away? I guess we'll fire at the thing then. What is that? It's launching snowflakes at me? What's going on here? Anyway, just one hit is all we need. Whoa. Oh wait. I was like, intruders! No, they were just mind controlling. Okay, some scrap, which is very, very useful. And we're doing very nicely for fuel at the moment. A pulsar. Yeah, we'll just knock it down completely, and then hopefully the pulsar will kind of like blast other things. It'll damage other things. Right, that I'm only going to get the effect of 2 damage for that, but that's going to be balanced by the fact that I can fire at an empty room. Now that's wiped out my Zultan shield. Oh, they've gone for the O2. We had problems with this last time, I seem to recall. They're trying to make a getaway. Okay, let's see if I can... Oh, I can't lay it across 3 rooms, which is slightly annoying. Oh, there we go. They are knocked out. Okay. O2 levels will go back up. And we won't suffocate. Well, I can't actually do anything to the ship while we're at an ion... at a pulsar. Because we're in danger, apparently, even though we're not really. NG refugees. Help them out, 14 scrap. They might give me something. That's the carrot. The stick is they might give me nothing at all, and I've just wasted 14 scrap. Okay, okay. Yay! That was totally worth it. Anyway, into the little patch of nebula. You never know with this game. You just never know. They might give you something awesome. They might give you nothing at all. I will power the jump drive with my own body for a few jumps. Well, it's kind of what I'm doing. Will he actually do it, though? Oh, wait, this isn't him just talking. You don't have to do this. But I will, in the light of the current conflict. Why? Physical existence is irrelevant. Does this mean he's going to lose health? Or do I lose him eventually? Or is it just... Well, I should say his lifespan by a few decades. So... maybe, you know, if we live for 5 minutes in this game, that's good going. Anyway, oh, this is a very simple enemy. Oh, no, it's a right click. Don't press escape to clear the selection. It's a right click. It's not that complicated. Oh, dear. Anyway, if I could knock this guy out, he's got both his weapons on one spindle, which is rather complicated looking. That fast-firing laser thing's quite annoying. Ooh, slice and dice. I don't know. Does this achievement mean I get a free pizza? No, I want pizza. Damn it. It's nearly 11 PM and I want pizza. Anyway, I think we're not going to have too much trouble. The AI can actually... AI-controlled ships can now actually try and attempt surrender. They kind of do a slightly HAL referencing thing where it's quite funny. Anyway, I usually just blow them out the sky, but if you do accept their surrender, sometimes they will give you a map, basically, a star map, or a sector map, which is quite useful. Let's see, a science vessel who wants 2 fuel, plus 2 drone parts. I'm gonna say no. I'm not doing anything with drones right now, and I think the fuel is much more useful, to be honest. So we'll just continue on our merry way. Ooh! The Zultan outpost is harassed by some pirate ships which are about to retreat. The station must have mistaken you for reinforcements and starts targeting you. One would think Zultan commanders would be open for reasoning. This one definitely isn't. Well, I can try for the reason option, but get now answer. Well, yeah, like I want to criticise somebody's English. Wow. Sensors show a slight increase in the weapon power level. Uh-oh. Whoa. Well, we're going to have to fight, apparently. Continue? Oh, yeah, that just is a normal option. Right, yeah, see, they've got... That's a nasty-looking array of weapons. I'm going to try the ogre laser this time. We'll get the bardiche. That's quite a nice cluster of things I can target there. I wonder if that would actually... Oh, I can potentially target 4 rooms. And we'll whack the ogre laser into there. Oh, I don't know. We'll just fire it once and you can see what that does. I do actually have a fair few spare missiles, so we can afford to. But I'd rather save it for targets where I actually need to, you know, get through shields. So there we go. It sends a little swarm of projectiles. Oh, they just punctured my hull. That ain't good. Okay, Emma's taken some damage. We'll disable the ogre. Put the hull laser on an empty sector. We'll actually send Jessie in there to help, because that needs to be fixed up post-haste. And Emma can go heal up. Oh, I'm going to have to steal one from somewhere, aren't I? Temporarily steal one from engines. This is a problem when you're trying to heal somebody up. Actually, I've just realised an advantage of the Zultan is that you can permanently leave that powered down, and then when you send them in there to heal up, they just power it themselves. Accept their offer, yes. Okay, so 1 fuel, 41 scrap though, I shall take that. Whoa! Good thing that didn't really do anything to the ship. Anyway, let's get everyone back to their positions. Gonna have the bardiche powered up. I think we'll wait till another store before we actually buy more stuff. The Zultan thing, the Zultan shield gives me a bit more leeway in terms of upgrading shields, but it really only helps you at the start of a battle. However, that less bit of damage that you take, you know, that's all useful. This weapon is off limits. Secrecy is vital. Let's try and negotiate once again. Oh. Oh, what? Okay, they're not going to attack me, but I took 3 hull damage. At least it was only 3 hull. So the fact that I sat there and took it like something apparently impressed them enough that, yeah. Sultan checkpoint. I have yet to figure out what this does, the Zultan Legal Codex. I really don't know. It sits there taking up a slot. And yeah. Also, if you click on any of those things at the pre-trade screen, it actually costs you a turn in terms of rebel pursuit. Right, backup DNA dank. Dank. I think it's just I'm recording this at a fairly late hour. That's it. Drone recovery arm and drone manufacturer, which if I'm in an empty sector, I can actually use that to create drone parts. I think you create it out of... You have to have something to create it out of that. It might even be scrap, I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll fix the hull. We're really doing okay for fuel. Right, drone control I could go for, but I won't. Scatter flak. Ooh. Doing up to 5 damage. Required power 3. Charge time. That's a fairly slow firing one, though. There's a light laser Mark 3, which is good for taking out enemy crew. That could be, you know, in combination with the biofocus beam, that could be really nasty. And another beam weapon. I'm actually going to go for that light laser 3. And what would we get rid of, though? If I'd want to use it in combination with the biofocus beam, I'm either going to have to sacrifice the hull laser 1 or the ogre. I guess it would be the hull laser, because I can knock down a level of shields with that thing, and then I could potentially whack somebody's shield room with that. So we'll go with the light laser 3, and we'll actually swap that out for the hull laser, and then I guess we'll sell the hull laser, because we can then use that scrap to actually improve the ship. I don't know, that kind of looks tempting though, but I don't know, we'll kind of stick with the setup that we've got. Right, ship, we could one there and one in there, and then I don't know, one in the pilot station, because if I have a situation where I'm boarded, it's going to be all hands on deck, and it's going to be like automated invasion only. So I actually will put one into the autopilot station. What I could really do with, honestly, is finding somewhere that would give me some more crew, and then I could put. I mean, okay, it's only right and proper that Total Biscuit is in the pilot seat, that he's in control, that he's commanding the ship. But the fact is that it's kind of a waste of the inherent Zultan ability when you've got somebody in a system that doesn't need power. So if I had him on doors, for instance, that would equally be a waste. What I'd really like is to have him on, you know, shields. Or even you could station them somewhere like the O2 system. But at the moment, I don't really have a lot of choice. So I think we'll go to the exit, we'll jump to the next sector, and then we'll wrap up this video, because we're actually 29 minutes and 12 seconds, apparently, as of recording this. So we're almost dead on the half-hour mark, so that's not bad. Improve your reactor? Hells yeah. Agree to the trade. Free reactor bar. Yeah, no, that's really useful. I shall take that indeed. And then, you know what, I've got enough time to jump to this distress signal, and then we'll jump back to the exit. It's a little bit wasteful in terms of fuel, but we'll suck it up. Your jump interrupts the Zultan security ship as it follows a Mantis pirate. Yeah, okay, we'll just go with don't interfere. And this is more for reasons of time than anything else. So we'll just wait for the FTL drive to charge up, and then hightail it out of Dodge, or, you know, Alderaan. This used to be Alderaan, you guys. Yeah, true facts. Oh, there's another store down there, but I don't think we've got enough time, and it will be really wasteful in terms of fuel. So we'll just jump to the next sector. The upper Gilead? Not sure. The Forbidden Mines. Ooh. Well, I think we'll go for the upper Gilead sector. We'll just have a quick little chat with the crew. And we'll wrap things up there. Well, yeah, here we go, Captain's Edition. So, here we go. What? It's 11 PM, you guys. Don't judge me too harshly. You can hit the like button. You can leave a comment below. You can subscribe to my channel, check out my Facebook page, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.